Hey, it's Hunter, and this is Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Located on the west of Canada, it is the home to millions of people and features many historical and famous artifacts in areas such as the Vancouver Lookout, Stanley Park, the Vancouver Seawall, and of course, the Gastown Steam Clog, a must-see when coming down to Vancouver. Or at least that's what everyone says. Ah yes, Vancouver is quite the city, alright, an absolute beauty. And then there's this place. Located on the far other side of Metro Vancouver, there lies a city that I wouldn't even consider a city, but a town. And that place is called Maple Ridge, where the downtown core is literally a 2x5 grid. Because I grew up in this place, I'm pretty accustomed to its many sightseeing spots and features. Tim Hortons here, Dead Mall here, Tim Hortons here, Big fucking horse clock, Tim Hortons here, Walmart. Okay, so not a ton of exciting stuff to do here. However, aside from the drug addict problem, the 2x5 grid is a pretty chill place to hang out. Just the grid though, everywhere else sucks. However, there is one specific element in Maple Ridge that genuinely makes me upset, and I've been waiting to go on a tangent about this for a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are complaining about Maple Ridge's bus system. So before I flame the system, who the hell runs all these buses? This is BC Transit. They control all buses across the province of British Columbia and are pretty important. Unless you live here. This is TransLink, Metro Vancouver's own transit agency, who are in control of everything from our LRT system, the SkyTrain, West Coast Express, the C-Bus, which is basically a ferry, and of course the over 250 bus routes in the region, which is the main mode of transport we're looking at today. You get the difference? One goes here, and the other goes everywhere. Pretty simple. But you see, it wasn't always like this. Prior to 1999, TransLink, well, didn't exist, and BC Transit was actually in charge of all the transit modes mentioned, before being taken over by the new local agency. So you know what that means? They gave us this. Back in 1990, Maple Ridge was a tiny little farmland area at the far end of the Metro Vancouver area that was just there. Unlike Vancouver and Burnaby at the time, there were no bus connections running through Maple Ridge, meaning the only way you could access this sacred place was to drive, which, sure, you can expect from a lower density area. However, since there was no transit connections, the little municipality felt almost disconnected from the rest of the area. So with that, BC Transit had a plan. Starting in 1991, bus service to Maple Ridge began, starting with two bus routes, the 702 and the 705, which started in Pitt Meadows and connected to Haney Place, where the downtown of Maple Ridge would eventually develop. Say, what buses did they pick? We were doomed from the beginning! Due to the low ridership in the Maple Ridge area, BC Transit decided to use minibuses as opposed to regular 40-foot buses. This made sense back in 1991, since the ridership was very low. Made sense in 1991. Oh, and slightly after this initial rollout, the 701 was introduced, connecting Haney Place to literally the rest of Metro Vancouver, which is important, but not enough to talk about right now. Can I begin ranting now? Just want to say before I start ranting, I am an active commuter on TransLink's bus system, and I'm very happy with the service that has been brought out here so far. But with that being said, why are the buses so small? So, in the city of Maple Ridge, we only have 3 bus routes that aren't shuttle buses, and they are the 791, which only runs weekdays, the R3, which is express to Coquitlam, and the 701, which is the only good one. Every other route is served by the stupid, dumb, fucking shit shuttle buses, which makes up 9 of the 12 routes. These shuttle buses have a fixed seating capacity of 20 to 24 people depending on the model you get, which is absolutely fine for a bus because of course you can stand also, right? I fucking wish! The shuttle buses do not allow standing passengers, and therefore that 20 to 24 capacity I gave a moment ago, yeah, that's fixed. I tell you, when I'm trying to get a bus ride home from school when I don't feel like walking and I see the humble 745 shuttle pull up with the fucking bus full sign on, it genuinely makes my blood boil because I know there is no way I'm getting a seat on that bus, even if some people get off. And so I just end up walking home because the next bus is an hour away. Actually, wait, fuck the shuttles. Let's talk about schedules down here because they're genuinely horrible. First off, the 701 and the R3 actually have decent schedules, running all week with 10 to 15 minute averages in between buses, and 30 minutes on Sundays, mornings, and evenings. These are the only good ones. The rest of the routes are worse, going from 30-minute average waits to 2 hours on some routes. So good luck if you're trying to get somewhere at a specific time. You're either coming way too late or way too early. This has and continues to affect me personally. Also, why does almost every route terminate at Haney Place? Like, I know it's downtown Maple Ridge, but dude, there's only like 2 routes that continue down Dutney at all. And one of them has like 8 trips total per day. I mean, there's not a lot left down there, but there is housing, which some people need to get to. Oh, and by the way, my fellow commuters, do you know when your buses stop operating? No? Well, that's probably because they run well into the night when it shouldn't be a problem, which is something that these routes don't do. All of these routes just straight up stop operating before 10 p.m., meaning if you're commuting back from a post-secondary institution after staying really late, well, too fucking bad. Outer Maple Ridge is closed for the night. Even all the buses I didn't list shut down only an hour or two later, with the one exception being the 701, which continues to be the only bus that services past midnight. Oh, and just for funsies, let's look at Sunday and holiday service. That'll be fun. Well, for starters, 748, 749, and 791 don't operate on Sunday. 744 doesn't have holiday service, and like I said before, the average wait time in between buses is anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours. This city arguably has the worst bus service in Metro Vancouver. Maybe it's the ridership, maybe it's the population and demand, but as someone who lives in the city, it is sometimes a pain in the ass to commute anywhere east of Haney Place. I'm fucking done!